Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Welcome to Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. It's a Friday. We're getting ready for a weekend. Our weather here in the Northeast, down into the northern Mid-Atlantic states, will be just fine, thank you, with summery conditions. We also have Tropical Storm Barry, which is bringing rains to Louisiana and eventually points northward. So we're going to take a look at that. I really don't think that any of Barry's rains are going to make it up here at all, the way the upper air pattern is set up. We had a cold front go through yesterday and last night here in the Northeast and northern Mid-Atlantic states, with various areas getting various amounts of heavy rain and thunderstorms, some areas a bit less so. And now I think we're going to be on a smooth sail into middle of next week, with the weather looking like it's supposed to look like in the middle of July. Hot at times, humid at times, a little less hot at other times. So we're going to take it forward. We're going to start with Tropical Storm Barry. And here it is on the satellite loop, the visible satellite loop. You can see plainly that this has a very elongated look to it. It's stretched out from west to east across the northern and northwestern Gulf states. You can also pick out the low-level circulation where the clouds are turning counterclockwise. We pointed out days ago the fact that this low center, where it was in the Gulf of Mexico, was going to make a big difference in terms of how much strength it was going to gather from the standpoint of wind. And that low center is not that far offshore. So there's only a limited amount of room here for development. And now we're running out of time because this is moving west-northwestward and eventually will be moving inland. Top winds are 50 miles an hour. Notice the heaviest convection is generally south and southwest of the center. The northern and northeastern part, there are some bands of rain coming into the coast, but so far this is not. This doesn't have that look that it's going to become anything more than a strong tropical storm. Maybe an outside chance it gets to minimal hurricane status before it moves inland. The big deal from this is going to be the heavy rains that are going to be produced on the order of 10 to 20 inches, stretching from southeast Louisiana all the way up in through Mississippi, kind of straddling the Arkansas border, and some heavier rains on the order of 4 to 6 inches running up through eastern Arkansas and western Tennessee and westernmost Alabama. Much of that rain is going to pretty much be confined, that heavy rain confined to that area because of the upper air flow. Barry is forecast to move inland during Saturday afternoon, right along the middle coast of southern Louisiana as a strong tropical storm, and then gradually weaken into a depression as it moves northward into Arkansas and eventually into southern Missouri and a remnant low, perhaps making it up into southern Illinois. But again, our weather looks A-OK. We do have some patchy clouds around along with some breaks of sun today. We have a few little weak upper air disturbances moving in the flow across upstate New York. I threw in the chance that there could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm. I think the best chances for that are probably as you go north and east. I don't see much of a chance down in, say, Maryland and southern Pennsylvania and southern New Jersey, and maybe, again, an isolated shot for a thunderstorm popping up or a shower later this afternoon and this evening. Otherwise, for the vast majority of you, it's a summery day with temperatures well up into the 80s to around 90 degrees. As we take a look at the GFS model going forward for the weekend, really no issues at all. We do have a second cold front that is coming through for Saturday night into Sunday. It has very little with it other than some patchy clouds. You can see on the lower left where Barry is at this point, well inland. So what this front will probably do is lower the dew points a little bit later Sunday into Sunday night and early Monday. And then the dew points will start to come back up a little bit toward the middle part of next week. But we're in a hot, humid scenario here with the upper air setup going into next week. This is what it looks like. And Barry is basically trapped. You've got an upper high sitting off the East Coast. You've got an upper high in the Southwest. This is the remnant low of Barry. This is what the jet stream is supposed to look like for early next week. And you'll notice right over us, we were on the edge of this west-northwest flow. So this is only going to be able to get so far north, and then it's going to just kind of drift eastward or east-southeastward from there. It's hard to imagine how any of that rain is going to get up here. So the bottom line for our weather here going forward is that for the most part, we'll have sunshine by day, warm and somewhat humid conditions by night, a little bit of a break in the humidity come Sunday. Sorry, Sunday, as that weather front moves on through with very little with it, and that'll take us into next week. So if you're in vacation mode, like I still am, we will. You timed it out really, really well here, going through the weekend and into at least the first half of next week. So that wraps it up today for Weather in 5. Thanks for being here. I'll be back to normal later in the weekend and next week. The posts have been kind of sporadic. I'm up here in the Allegheny Mountains. The signals here are very weak and very hard to find. I'm literally in one good spot here today. So I hope your time off has been as good as my time off has been. And of course, you can follow all the summer weather, the tropical weather, severe weather by downloading my free weather app on Google Play or on the App Store. Just search meteorologist Joe Cioffi, or just search Joe Cioffi. Have a great Friday, and we'll see you over the weekend right here on Weather in 5.